For this question, we need to find the amount of P, which is the amount that she allocates for the investment. So we're gonna use this formula, which is P equal to I times S. We need to put all the information into this formula. P equal to 0.54% times by 52,000, and the final answer will be P equal to Rm28,080.
1B. The total amount that she will receive at the end of 10 years for each option. So we have Bank A and Bank B. So first we look for Bank A first. And Bank A is divided into two, which is for the first 6 years and for the next 4 years. We look for the first 6 years first. First of all, we list down the information that we need, which is K is 0.035, N is 18, M is 3, and I is 7 over 600. After that, we look for the accumulated amount of S1 or future value 1 at the first 6 years. We use the formula S equals to P in bracket 1 plus I at the power of N. So P is 2,880, and 1 plus I at the power of N is 1 plus 7 over 600 at the power of 18. And it equals to 34,599 ringgit 60 cents. That is the accumulated amount of S1 at the first 6 years. Next, we look for the next 4 years. We do the same thing, which is we list down the information that we need, which is K is equals to 0.033, N is 48, M is 12, and I is 11 over 4,000. And then after that, we find the accumulated amount of S2 for the next 4 years. And we use the same formula, which is S equals to P over in the bracket of 1 plus I at the power of N. So it equals to 34,599.60 in bracket 1 plus 11 over 4,000 at the power of 48, and it equals to 339,474 ringgit and 74 cents. So after we find for Bank A, now we find for Bank B, and we use the same way as we did for Bank A. So Bank B also divided into two, which is the first 6 years and the next 4 years. For the first 6 years, we do the same thing, which is we list down the information that we need, which is K is 0.043, N is 24, M is 4, and I is 0.0105. And the accumulated amount of S1 at the first 6 years, we use the same formula, which is S equals to P in bracket 1 plus I at the power of N. P is 2,880 in the bracket of 1 plus 0.0105 at the power of 24, and it equals to 36,080 ringgit 18 cents. That is the accumulated amount for the first 6 years. Now we find for the next 4 years, which is K is 0.056, N is 8, M is 2, and I is 0.028. And the accumulated amount of S2 for the next 4 years is, we use the same formula again, which is S equals to P in the bracket of 1 plus I at the power of N. P is 36,080.18 in the bracket of 1 plus 0.028 at the power of 8, and it equals to 45,000 ringgit and 11 cents.
Question 1C. The total amount of interest that she will earn for each option. For this question, we have to find the interest. First, the formula is I equal to S minus P. Bank A. I equal to 39,474 minus 28,080. I equal to 11,394.74 ringgit. Meanwhile, for Bank B, I equal to 45,000.11 cent minus 28,080. I equal to 16,920.11 cent ringgit.
For question 1D, the question asks which banks he should choose and why. Based on the calculation previously, Lydia should go with Bank B. This is because Bank B offers a higher total amount of interest, which is 16,920.11 cents ringgit Malaysia, compared to 11,394.74 cents ringgit Malaysia from Bank A. By choosing Bank B, Lydia secures a greater overall return on her investment, making it the better option.
Question 2. After graduation, Danish started his first job at Regal Ridge Company, earning 4,500 ringgit per month. He is determined to save for his future, so he decides to invest 13% of his monthly salary into an investment account that guarantees a 4.1% compounded monthly return. After working and investing diligently for a few years, Danish wishes to purchase a property for 570,000 with down payment of 60,000. He has to get another loan from a bank offering 4% compounded monthly for 30 years for this house purchase.
For question 2B, let's calculate Danish monthly payment for his loan. The formula used here is P equal to R 1 minus in bracket 1 plus I close bracket in power negative n divided by I. In this question, P is the loan amount, which is 51,000 ringgit Malaysia. R is the monthly payment we are solving for. I is the monthly interest rate, which is 0.04 divided by 12, and N is the total number of monthly payment, which is 3,060 or 30 years. First, we need to substitute the values into the formula. P is 51,000 equal to R open bracket 1 minus in bracket 1 plus 0.04 divided by 12 close bracket in power negative 360 divided by the value of I, which is 0.04 divided by 12. After solving, the monthly payment R is found to be 243.48 cents ringgit Malaysia. This means Danish will need to pay 243.48 cents ringgit Malaysia each month for his loan.
2C. Calculate the total amount of interest that he paid to the bank. I equals to NR minus A is the formula that we use to find the interest. So first, we list down the information that we need, which is 360 in bracket 2,434.82 minus to 510,000. First, we solve the first equation, which is 360 in bracket 2,434.82, and it equals to 876,535.20, and then after that we minus it to 510,000, and the amount of interest that he paid to the bank is 366,535 ringgit 20 cents.
So, question 2D is, if he failed to pay 4 consecutive payments, how much should he pay on the next payment to settle the outstanding arrears? So, in this question, we need to find the S, which equal to the amount of annuity at the end of investment. So, first of all, we're gonna need to find the total of arrear. As the question said, he failed to pay 4 consecutive payments, which means he gonna pay it by the 5th consecutive payment. So, we're gonna use the formula of future value of ordinary annuity, which the formula is S equal to R in bracket 1 plus I in the power of n minus 1 divided with I which equal to the amount of annuity of the investment. Then we're gonna put all the information into the formula, which is S5 equal to 243.48 open bracket 1 plus 1 over 300 in the power of 5 times 12 minus 1 over 1 over 300. So the final answer will be 16,142 and 48. To find the extra charge that he need to pay or the bank earn is R that refer to the periodic payment times by N that's referred to the term of the investment. So 243 and 48 times by 5 open bracket 12 and close the bracket. The answer will be 14,608 and 80 cents. And then don't forget to minus it. 16,142 and 48 minus 14,608 and 80 cents. And the final answer will be 1,532 and 60, which is the payment that he failed to pay and the bank earned.
2E, immediately after paying for 27 years, he wanted to settle the loan in full amount. How much was the amount paid? So the first equation is 27 times 12 equals to 324. After that, 360 minus 324 equals to 36, means N is 36. After that, we use the formula A equals to R in the bracket of 1 minus 1 plus K over M in the power of MT over K over M. After that, R is 243.48, while K over M is 1 over 300 at the power of minus 36, and K over M is 1 over 300. Means A equals to 8,246 ringgit 0.85 cents.
Kita telah menerima arahan daripada pihak atasan.
Arahan dari siapa, Tuan?
Arahan untuk menyiapkan MAT112 sebelum 6 Disember. Satu perkara yang sangat susah sekali.
Tapi Tuan, bilangan kita 3 orang saja. Kita perlukan 1 lagi.
Jangan risau, saya akan membawa seorang wanita yang pakar dalam misi kita, Nur'ainishazfarina, yang dikenali sebagai Sakura. Beliau merupakan seorang yang pakar dalam menyiapkan MAT112. Beliau lahir di Kuching dan telah berlatih dengan FBI selama 7 tahun. Jadi, apa lagi yang dia tak mampu buat? Saya percaya dia akan menjadi satu pendorong dan punca utama kejayaan kita dalam misi ini.
Tuan, saya Ellen Sakura. Apa yang boleh saya bantu?
Good evening, everyone, and let's dive in to the question. So Raya recently received her EPF after selecting a pension scheme. With a total saving of 50,000 ringgit, she plans to invest 65% of the amount in an investment scheme for a duration of 10 years. She has 2 options to consider. Option 1 in Bank A, Option 2 in Bank B. You can pause the video if you want to look at the specific requirements. Let's dive into question 1. Question 1 requested the amount that she allocate for the investment. And the answer has been given, which is 65% times 50,000 ringgit equals to 32,000 ringgit 500. Forgive me, 32,500 ringgit. Why 65,000 times 50,000? If we refer back to the question, it stated that with a total saving of 50,000, she plans to invest 65% of that 50,000 into an investment scheme for a duration of 10 years, which indicates that she only wants to invest 32,500 ringgit, as 65% of 50,000 ringgit is 32,500 ringgit. Now let's look at question 1b. Whereas question 1b requested the total amount that she received at the end of 10 years for both options. Now let's look at option 1, Bank A. Now Bank A stated for the first 6 years, it offers 4% interest compounded quarterly, whereas the next 4 years, it offers 3% interest compounded every 2 months. Now, we have to list down the specific requirements. As you can see here on the left, P equals to 32,500, which equals the amount of investment. M equals the conversion rate, which means how long, how many times it is conversion in 1 year. K equals to the amount of interest, and in this case, for the first 6 years, is 4%. N equals to M times T. M refers to the conversion rate, and T, which is 6 on the screen, refers to the 6 years. Now we're going to use the formula S equal to P in bracket 1 plus I close bracket by the power of N. Now I've written down the substitution. S1 equals to 32,500 in bracket 1 plus 0.04 divided by 4. Why 0.04 divided by 4? Is because, as you can see, I there is K over M in the power of 24. Now, for the first 6 years, she will get 41,266 ringgit 38 cents. For the next 4 years, simply carry the previous amount from the 6 years, which is 41,266.38 cents, substitute it into your formula, and replace the I and N into the appropriate question formula, which equals to 41,266.38 cents in bracket 1 plus 1 over 200 in close bracket in the power of 24. And the total amount will be 46,513.80 cents, as you can see on the bottom right. Now that is for Bank A. Now for Bank B, for option 2, let's look back at the question. For the first 6 years, it offers 5.2% interest compounded quarterly and followed by a 4-year 5% interest compounded monthly. Let's do the same thing again. Firstly, we have to find the first 6 years, which is S1 equals to 32,500. 1 plus 13 over 1,000 is because I equals to 13 over 1,000. I refers to K over M. So 0.052 divided by 4, you get 13 over 1,000. And as usual, N equals to MT when you get 24. So the first 6 years, she will get 44,310 ringgit 85 cents. Now carry the value to the next 4 years and you substitute it into the formula, which is 44,310.85 cents in bracket 1 plus 1 over 240 and close bracket N equals to 48, which can get for the 54,098 ringgit 91 cent. Now that is the final answer for Bank B. Now for both option A, she gets 46,513 ringgit 80 cent, whereas for Bank B, she gets 54,000 ringgit 54,098 ringgit 91 cents. Thank you very much.
So I will present for question C and D. For question C, the total amount of interest that she will earn for each option. Given Bank A, S equals to 46,513.80, P equals to 32,500. To calculate this question, we have to use formula I equals to S minus P. So I equals to 46,513.80 minus 32,500. So the answer for Bank A is RM 40,013.80. So for Bank B, we use the same formula as Bank A. So given S equals to 44,088.91, P equals to 32,500. So I equals to S minus P. So I equals to 54,098.91 minus 32,500. So the final answer will be RM 21,598.91. Which bank should Suraya choose for her investment? Give a reason. So the answer is Suraya should choose Bank B because it provides a higher return on investment compared to Bank A.
So let's move to question 2. After graduation, Iqmal started his first job at Srin Spear Company, earning 4,000 ringgit per month. He is determined to save for his future, so he decides to invest 15% of his monthly salary into an investment account that guarantees a 3.6% compounded monthly return. After working and investing diligently for a few years, Iqmal wishes to purchase a property for 500,000 ringgit with down payment of 55,000 ringgit. He has to get another loan from a bank offering 4% compounded monthly for 30 years for this house purchase. So let's look to the question. Question 2a. Calculate how long in years it takes for his investment to grow to the amount of down payment. So S equal 55,000, I equal to 3 divided by 1,000, N equals to 12, and then we don't know the T, so we are looking for the T. And then R equal to 600. So we are going to use this formula that called future value. So just gather all of this information to this formula. 55,000 equal 600, open the main bracket, open bracket, 1 plus 3 divided by 1,000, close the bracket, power of 12, open bracket, T, close the bracket, minus 1, and then divided by 3 divided by 1,000, and then close the main bracket. So T, so just solve function it, and you will get T equal to 6.76 years. So let's move to the next question. Calculate Iqmal monthly payment for the loan. So we gather all of this information and put it in this formula. It's called present value. So 445,000 equal R, open the bracket, 1 minus, open bracket, 1 plus 1 divided by 300, close the bracket, power of 360, power of minus 360, and then we divide it by 1 divided by 300 and close the main bracket. So you just solve function it as always, and then you're gonna get R equal to 2,124 ringgit 50 cents.
2C. Calculate the total amount of interest that he paid to the bank. So we are going to use the formula of interest equal to term of investment multiplied by predict payments minus present value of an annuity. And then we substitute all the amount into the formula as 360 for the term of investment multiplied by 2,124 and 50 cents into the predict payments minus by 445,000. Once we solve the equation, we will get 319,820 ringgit as the total amount of interest. 2D. If he failed to pay 5 consecutive payments, how much should he pay on the next payment to settle the outstanding arrears? Based on the question, we understand that the formula that we should use is the amount of annuity at the end of investment equal to predict payment multiplied by 1 plus interest rate per interest period, and then power of term of investment minus by 1 over interest rate per interest period. And then after we understand the formula that we should use, we need to substitute all the amount that we already know. For example, this one, 2,124 ringgit and 50 cents into the predict payment, and then 1 over 300 for interest rate per interest period, and then term of investment as 6, and then over 1 over 300. Once we solve the equation, we will get RM 12,853 ringgit and 70 cents. So this is the amount that he need to pay on the next payment in order to settle the outstanding arrears.
Hello, my name is Patricia Dina Kunsu Anak Bibin Dana, and I am from class AM101G, and my matrix number is 2024262556.
Hi, my name is Putri Mai Sarah Binti Hartono. I'm from AM101G and my matrix number is 2024696864.
Oh, hi. My name is Nur Aisyah Binti Zaliman. My matrix number is 2024438004. I'm from AM101G.
Hi, my name is Nur Akma Hasmiza binti Mohamad. My matrix number is 2024803196. I'm from AM110-1G. Bye. So, me and my friends going to talk about chapter 3, compound interest.
Question 1. You're going to check it out more for chapter 3. So, I'm in charge for question A, C, D. Akma?
And I'm going to in charge about question B.
So, here. Today we're going to do question 1, chapter 3, compound interest. So, question 1, the amount that she allocates for the investment. So, in this, Diana recently received her employee provident fund after selecting a pension scheme. With total savings of 54,000, she plans to invest 50% of that amount in an investment scheme for a duration of 10 years. She has two options to consider. So from here, 50 over 100, so we have 0.5 here. So the question 1 is the amount that she allocates for the investment. So the P, we have 0.5, the one that we just calculate, this one. So multiply with the total savings, 54,000. Multiply with 54,000. So if we calculate it, we have 27,000. Next, we move to question C. The total amount of interest that she will earn for each option. So, C, option 1, I is equals to S minus P. So S, we got 42,267. So minus the P that we have in the question, 27,000. So if we calculate it, we got 15,267. That's for the option 1. For option 2, the same formula, I equals to S minus P. So option 2, the S, we got 40,366.24 minus with the P, 27,000. So we calculated, we got 13,366.24. So the last question is, which bank should Diana choose for her investment? Give a reason. So after we calculated, option 1 is the best choice because the interest that she earned is higher. So we have to write it like this. Diana should choose option 1 since the interest that she will earn is higher than option 2. This is because from here option 1 it says that first 6 years it offers 4.2% interest compounded semi-annually. For the next 4 years, the interest for it offers 5% interest compounded quarterly. But option 2, first 6 years just only offers 4.4%, and next 4 years 3.5%. From this we can see that option 1 is the best choice for Diana.
Hello. So next we're going to discuss question B. The question states the total amount that she will receive at the end of 10 years for each option. So we're going to identify the amount of option A. For option A, we have to draw the timeline to make it easier to understand. Okay. This is for the first 6 year, and this is for the next 4 year or the last 4 year. So for this is the 6 year and the 6M equals to 2, K equals to 4.2 or 0.042. For the A is 2 times 6 equal to 12. For the I, K over M, 0.042 over 2 equals to 0.021. So this is for the T, and this is for the answer for first 6 year. So this is for T, for M equals to 4. K equals to 0.05 and equals to 4 equals to 16. I, K over M, 0.05 over 4 equals to 0.0125. So we have to solve it by formula S1 equals to P plus I and power of N. So P is 27,2700 plus 0.021 and total is 41773.84. So this is the total amount for option A. Moving on to option B. Total amounts. So for S2 equals to P1 plus I and equals to, for the S2, we're going to use this amount for the P. So it's 41773.84. 1 times I 1 plus I then. Okay. Plus this, we're going to use this value 0.0125, and the n, we are going to use this n, power of 16. Total amount of S2 is 41773.84 times 1 plus 0.0125 power of 16. So total is RM 50963794. So this is the total amount for option A. It also has first 6 years and another 4 years. For option B, the first 6 years, T equals to 6, M equals to 4, K equals to 0.044, because the rate over here is 4/4, 4.4. The n is equal to 4 times 6 equals to 4 times 24. I equals to 0.044 over 4 equals to 0.011. This is for the first 6 years, and then this is for the last 4 years. T equals to 4, M equals to 6, K equals to 0.035. N equals to 6 times 4 equals to 24. I equals to 0.035 over 6. 7 over 1200. So same formula as option A. I'm going to use the same formula. S1 equals to P 1 plus I 0.0. This 0.011 power of 24 equals to only 3510682. So this is the amount for first 6 years. For the next 4 years, we're going to use the same formula as well. So S2 equals to P times 1 plus I power of N. So the P is this value 35106.82 times 1 plus this plus 7/1200 and N is 24. So the total amount for it is 4036603. So the final answer is 40366.03 for option B.
Hi! So today we are going to explain about question annuity.
Do you guys know what is annuity? No? Here! So, later in this video, I'm going to explain about question 1, A and B. And here my friend.
So I'm going to talk about question C, D and E. So check it out!
Hello everyone. So moving on to the next question. I'm gonna read the question first. After graduation, Nazreen started his first job at Sage Company, earning 4,500 per month. He is determined to save for his future. So he decided to invest 20% of his monthly salary into an investment account that guarantees a 3.7 compounded monthly. After working and investing diligently for a few years, Nazreen wishes to purchase a property for Rm 540,000 with down payment of Rm 54,000. He has to get another loan from a bank offering 3.8% compounded monthly for 30 years for his house future. So I'm going to explain to you guys in form of story. So we are going to look at Nazreen's life. So Nazreen, a very daring and handsome man working at the Sage Company. He earned about 4,500 per month, and Nazreen wanted to invest 20% of his salary. So here we calculate how much he wanted to invest. 20% from his salary. This is his salary. So this is the amount that he ended up investing. So after calculating how much that he wanted to invest in a month, Nazreen went to a bank. So this bank offered him 3.7% interest compounded monthly. And after investing for a few years, Nazreen was thinking that he wanted to buy a house. So this is Nazreen's dream house. The price of the house is Rm 540,000 ringgit, and the down payment that he need to pay is 54,000 ringgit. So here we actually can calculate how much the balance that he need to pay. So here is the original price, 540,000 ringgit, and here is the down payment that he need to pay, which is Rm 54,000 ringgit. So the balance that he still need to pay is, so 486,000 ringgit. So this is this is the balance that he need to pay. So we're moving on. He need to get a loan from a bank. So he went to a bank, and this bank offered him 3.8% interest compounded monthly in 30 years. So this is the whole story of this question. This is the whole story of Nazreen's life. And we're moving on to the first question. The first question is, calculate how long in years it takes for his investment to grow to the amount of the down payment. So here we can think that Nazreen wanted to invest for how long in years until he can reach the amount of the down payment, until he can use the investment money to pay the down payment of his house. So here is the first question. Calculate how long in years it takes for his investment to grow to the amount of the down payment, rounding the answer into decimal place. So as we all know, the bank that he went to offered him 3.7 compounded monthly for his investment. So here we can see that 3.7, we change it into the decimal point, it becomes 0.037. So the M is 12 because it was compounded monthly. Because it was compounded monthly. So I is K over M, which is our K is 0.07. Our K is 0.037 over our M is 12. So it equals to 37 over 12,000. So this is the I. The I meaning that how much the rate calculate in each month. Because it was compounded monthly, so we over it by 12. So here we can see that the S is the future value. RM 54,000 ringgit. Why is it future value? Because that is the amount that we want in the future. So our R, like how we calculated before, it was 900 ringgit. So on to the formula. We are using the future value. So what you all need to do is just to replace the S and the R, the S, R and I with the information that we already have here. So after replacing it, we don't have our N yet, because that is what we're looking for, is our N. So all you need to do is just put it on your calculator and use a solve function. So after using a solve function, you get a 55.137. It is not done yet, because we still need to divide it by 12, because 55.137 is in month. Here is in month, but our question here, they ask in years. So we need to divide with 12 because they ask in years. Divide question. Here is our answer, 4.59 years. So we're moving on to the question B. Calculate Nazreen monthly payment for the loan. So the house price, we already know that it was 540,000 ringgit, and the down payment that he already paid is 54,000 ringgit. So the balance that he still need to pay is 486,000 ringgit. So the bank offered him 3.8 interest compounded monthly. So our K here is 0.038 after we switch it to the decimal point. So our K here is 0.038 and our M here is 12 because it was compounded monthly, means that every month it was compounded. So in a year we have 12 months, so M is automatically 12. So I is K over M and I is 0.038 over 12. We got 90 over 6,000. Our N is how much the interest compounded in the whole period of the loan, not just in years, but in whole. So here is M multiplied by T. So 12 multiplied by 30, and we get 360. So we are going to use a present value. A equals to R, and you just copy the formula. Over I and close the bracket. So our A here is the balance. Our A is the balance because that is that is the amount that we want to get from the loan right now, the present, not in the future. And our R is, we don't have our R, so we are searching for our R. R is the annuity. We are looking for the R, our monthly payment. So in bracket 1 minus open bracket plus I close bracket negative N over I close the bracket. So our I is, sorry, let me do it again. Here our I is 90 over 6,000. Close the bracket, negative N, negative 360 over by 90. Close the bracket. Alright. So after using a solve function on your calculator, we get R is RM 2,264.55. So this is our R. So this is how much Nazreen need to pay to the bank for his housing loan. So this is our annuity.
Hello, my name is Patricia Dina, and now I'm going to talk about question C. So in this question, it's about calculate the total amount of interest that he paid to the bank. And now, continuing from the earlier calculations, Nazreen's total loan amount is 486,000, which is the property price that has been minus by the 5,400 down payment. He had agreed to repay this loan over 30 years at an annual interest rate of 3.8% compounded monthly, with a monthly repayment of 2,264 ringgit and 80 cents. So, to calculate the total amount of interest paid, we first have to determine the total repayment over the 30-year period. So, by this, to calculate the total repayment, we have to multiply the monthly payment and the number of months. By this, 2,264 ringgit and 80 cents multiply with the 360, which will be 815,328 ringgit. So next, we subtract the principal loan amount from the total repayment to find the interest paid. To find the interest paid, we have to minus the total repayment and the loan amount. The total repayment earlier is 815,328 ringgit minus with the 486,000, which will be 329,328. So the answer is the total amount of the interest paid, 329,328. Okay, so now we move on to the next question, D. In this question, it says, if he failed to pay 4 consecutive payments, how much should he pay on the next payment to settle the outstanding arrears? So, when Nazreen misses the 5 monthly payment, these payments accumulate the interest because the loan interest is compounded monthly at the rate of 3.8% annually. So the missed payments will grow into a future value that must be repaid. To calculate this, we use the future value of an ordinary annuity formulas for the 5 missed payments. So for the monthly payment, 2,268 ringgit 80 cents. Okay, before that, let us figure out which one is monthly payment, monthly interest, and its number of missed payments. So for the monthly payment is 2,264 ringgit 80 cents. Meanwhile, the monthly interest rate is 0.038 over 12, and n will be, meanwhile, the number of missed payment will be 5. And now we substitute all the information into the equation so that we can get the answer. So to settle the outstanding arrears, after missing the 5 payments, Nazreen must pay approximately of 11,394 ringgit and 69 cents. Now for the last question. The question said, immediately after paying for 27 years, he wanted to settle the loan in full. How much was the amount paid? So, to find how much Nazreen must pay to settle the loan after 27 years, we have to calculate the remaining balance of the loan using the present value of an ordinary annuity formula. If the amount of the years that have to be paid is 30, then he already paid for 27 years. Then the remaining years is 3 years. So, the monthly payment is 2,264 ringgit 80 cents. Meanwhile, the monthly interest rate is 0.038 over 12, and the number of missed payments is 3. So now, we include all the information into the equation. And now, we subtract all the information into the equation.
So hopefully you guys can learn something from our video. And that's it from us, Mai, Bad, Aisyah, and Akma. Bye. Bye.
Today I will answer for the first question, which is Sarah recently received her Employee Provident Fund (EPF) after selecting a pension scheme. With total savings of 50,000, she plans to invest 55% of that amount in an investment scheme for a duration of 10 years. She has two options to consider. Option 1 for Bank A, whereas option 2 for Bank B. For the option 1, for the first 6 years, she invests in a Bank A which offers 3.8% interest compounded every 4 months. The next 4 years, invest in a Bank A which offers 4% interest compounded quarterly. And for the option 2, the first 6 years, invest in Bank B which offers 5% interest compounded every 4 months. And for the next 4 years, invest in Bank B which offers 6% interest compounded monthly. From the above info, determine the amount that she allocates for the investment. So the answer for this question is 58,000 times 0.55. So to calculate this, the answer will be 31,900 ringgit. This is because this for the face value is for a year, and then for the question B will count for the first 6 years and for the next 4 years.
Question B requires us to total the amount that she will receive at the end of 10 years for each option. We got two options, which is option 1 Bank A and option 2 Bank B. For Bank A, we're going to calculate for the first 6 years and for the next 4 years. For the first 6 years, P represents our principal, which is 31,900 ringgit, and equal to frequency of conversion, which is 3, T equal to number of years, which is 6, K equal to annual nominal rate, which is 0.038, and I equal to periodic interest rate, which is K divided by M, equal to 0.038 divided by 3 equal to 19 over 1,500. N is total number of interest period, which is M times by T, equal to 3 times by 6, equal to 18. We're going to apply the future value formula in this question, which is S equal to principal open bracket 1 plus interest rate close bracket, and N stands for number of interest period, equal to 31,900 ringgit open bracket 1 plus 19 over 1,500 close bracket, and the number of interest period will be 18. So the total for the first 6 years is 40,011 ringgit and 79 cents. For the next 4 years, P equal to 40,011 ringgit 79 cents, which is the future value from the first 6 years. So we are going to use that as our new principal. M equal to 4, T equal to 4 years, K equal to 0.04, I equal to K divided by M, which is 0.04 divided by 4 equal to 0.01. The number of interest period, which is represent N, equal to M times by T, equal to 16. We're going to use the future value formula for this question. S equal to principal 1 plus interest rate close bracket, and N will be number of interest period, equal to 4,011 ringgit 79 cents open bracket 1 plus 0.01 close bracket, and number of interest period will be 16. So the total amount will be 46 ringgit 1916 cents 40,916.79 cents. Bank B, we are going to apply the same method that we use to calculate the amount for Bank A, which is for the first 6 years, P equal to 31,900 ringgit, M equal to 3, T equal to 6, K equal to 0.05, interest periodic rate, which is I equal to 1/60, and number of interest period will be 18. So our formula will be S equal to P open bracket 1 plus I close bracket and N equal to number of interest period, which is 31,900 ringgit open bracket 1 plus 1/60 close bracket 18. So the total for the first 6 years will be 42,954 ringgit 16 cents. For the next 4 years, we are going to use our new principle, which is the future value from the first 6 years, which is 42,954 ringgit 16 cents, M equal to 12, T equal to 4, K equal to 0.06, I equal to 1/200, and N equal to 48. Let us put it into the future value formula, which is S equal to 42,954 ringgit 16 cents, open bracket 1 plus 1/200 close bracket, and our number of interest period will be 48. And the total amount that she will receive for Bank B is 54,572 ringgit 79 cents.
As for the question C, the total amount of interest that she will earn for each option. So the formula for interest is I equals to S minus P. To calculate the interest, we have to follow the formula to get the answer. So for the option A is 46916.97 minus 31900. So the interest for option A is 15,060.97. For the option B, the calculation is 54572.79 minus 31900. The answer will be 22672.79. To calculate this whole answer, we'll get full mark, which is 4 marks. And question D, which bank should Sarah choose for her investment? Give a reason. As we can see from the previous question, the Bank A interest has higher than Bank B. So the answer will be Sarah should choose Bank B since the interest that she will earn is higher than Bank A.
Okay, this is question 2A. Calculate how long in year it takes for investment to grow to the amount of this down payment. We will use a formula. The formula is as given. Here what is meant as is your goal 50,000, R is monthly contribution 500, I is the monthly interest rate, and S is the number of months we are solving for. Now how do I find the monthly interest rate? First, take the annual rate I've given on the question, which means 3.8% and divide it by 12. So I will get the answer, which means 19/6,000. So we just plug everything into the formula. We solve this question with by calculator using shift solve, and we got the answer 87/12. The question wants the answer in years, so we just divide with 12. 87 divided by 12, so the answer will be 7 to 5 years. Yeah, and is 7.25 years. Okay, question 2B. Calculate use of monthly payment for the loan. We use this formula. Here what is mean? A is the loan amount 500,000, R is monthly payment we are solving for, I is the monthly interest rate, N is the total number of months. How do I calculate I and N? Here, the annual interest rate K is 3.7%, so divide it by 12. So the answer will be 0.003083. For the long term is 30 years. So N equal to 12 multiply 30. So the answer is 360 months. Now already get the answer. Now plug the value into the formula. We're using the shift solve, only using the calculator. Okay, the final answer we get is R equal to 2,301.41 cents.
Question C. Calculate the total amount of interest that he paid to the bank. So for this question, I am going to use the interest formula, which is I equals to NR minus A. I equals to 360 times 2,301 ringgit and 41 cent minus 500,000. And the final answer that I got is 328,507 ringgit and 60 cents. Question 2D. If he failed to pay 2 consecutive payments, how much should he pay on the next payment to settle the outstanding arrears? So from the question, we know that the new value of n is 3. For this question, the formula that should be used is S equals to R bracket 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 and then divided by I. So S equals to 2,301 ringgit and 41 cent, bracket 1 plus 37 over 12,000 to the power of 3 minus 1 divided by 37 over 12,000. And the final answer that I got is 6,925 ringgit 54 cent. Question 2E. Immediately after paying for 28 years, he wanted to settle the loan in full amount. How much was the amount paid? So the formula that should be used in this question is A equals to R 1 minus bracket 1 plus I to the power of negative n over I. Here I'm going to use the new value of n, which is 24 months. A equals to 2,301 ringgit 41 cent, bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus 37 over 12,000 to the power of negative 24 and then divided by 37 over 12,000. For the final answer, I got A equals to 53,160 ringgit and 76 cents.
Yo soy Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria. Plata o plomo. Yo soy Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria. Plata o plomo.
Chapter 3, Compound Interest. What is compound interest? Compound interest is when you earn interest not just on money you originally put in the principal, but also on the interest that has already been added. Over time, this makes your money grow faster because the interest keep building on itself. For question 1, Carmilla recently received her Employee Provident Fund, which is EPF, after selecting a pension scheme. With total saving of 60,000 ringgit, she plans to invest 60% of that amount in an investment scheme for a duration for 10 years. She has which is 2 options for Bank A and Bank B. Bank A, for the first 6 years, invest in Bank A, which offer 5% interest compounded every month, and for the next 4 years, invest in Bank A, which offer 5.2 interest compounded quarterly. And for Bank B, first 6 years, invest in Bank B, which offer 5% interest compounded every 4 months, and for the next 4 years, for Bank B, which offers 6% interest compounded monthly. the amount she allocates for the investment. So she has 60,000 ringgit of her EPF. She wants to invest 60%. So 60,000 ringgit times by 60% is equal to 36,000 ringgit. So she will invest 36,000 ringgit for the investment. Okay, for question B, the total amount that she will receive at the end of 10 years for each option is for option 1, which is bank A. So we're going to use the formula of S equal to P in bracket 1 plus I in bracket to the power of N. So S equal to P is 36,000 ringgit, and in bracket 1 plus 1 over 240 in bracket of 72, and then equal to S equal to 48,564 ringgit and 64 cents. And for the step number 2 is you're going to use the same formula, but we're going to change the amount because we're going to count. We're going to put the P is the amount that we count for the first 6 years. So the second one is going to be P is equal to 48,564 ringgit and 64 cents in bracket 1 plus 0.013 in bracket to the power of 16. So S is equal to 59,713 ringgit and 33 cents. Bank B, we're going to use the same formula as the question we do before, which is S equal to P bracket 1 plus I bracket to the power of N. So for the first 6 years for bank B is S equal to 36,000 ringgit in bracket 1 plus 1 over 60 in bracket to the power of 18. So for the first 6 years is equal to 48,474 ringgit and 91 cents. And we're going to count for the next 4 years, which is, so S is equal to, we're going to use the amount we count for the first 6 years, which is 48,474 ringgit and 91 cents, and we're going to put in bracket 1 plus 1 over 200 bracket to the power of 48. So for the next 4 years is total together with the next 6 years is equal to RM 61,000 ringgit 586 and 85 cents. That is the total amount for option 2, which is bank B, for the next 10 years.
So for the question 1C, the total amount of interest that she will earn for each option. And the formula of interest is I equal to S minus P. So for option 1, I equal to 59,713 ringgit and 33 cents minus 36,000. I equal to 23,713 ringgit 33 cents. For option 2, I equal to 61,586 ringgit 85 cents minus 36,000. I equal to 25,586 ringgit and 85 cents. So for the question D, which bank should Camilla choose for her investment? Give a reason. Camilla should choose Bank B for her investment because Bank B has a higher interest rate compared to Bank A. Chapter 4, Annuity. An annuity is a financial plan where you pay money to a company, usually an insurance company, and in return, they give you regular payment over time. It's often used to provide a steady income during retirement. So for question 2A, calculate how long in years it takes for his investment to grow to the amount of the down payment. So the mandatory of entry is 35,000. K is equal to 0.039. Entry invest 50%, so 50% times 35,000 is equal to 525. Is also the value of R. M, because compounded money, so M is equal to 12. I equal to K over M. So I equal to 0.035 over 2 is equal to 0.00325. So in this question, we need to find the value of N. So we use formula of S. S equal to R, 1 plus I power of N minus 1 over I. So S is 60,000 equal to 525, and 1 plus 0.00325 power of N minus 1 over 0.00325. So we need to move the 525 to left hand side. After move it, we move the 0.00325 to the left hand side. After move the two things, we calculate the right hand side. So 1.003 n power of 1, power of n minus 1. We move the minus 1 to the left hand side, it becomes plus 1. So the total of the left hand side is 1 plus 1.3714 28571 is equal to 1.00325 power of n. In this case, we need to use log. So log 1.3714 28571 is equal to n log 1.00325. Move the log 1.00325 to the left hand side is become divide. So n equal to log 1.3714 2n571 over log 1.00325 is become n equal to 97.34. The question say we need to calculate how long in here. So divide the 97.34 divide by 2. So the t is equal to 8.11 year.
Question B is about how to calculate Edris' monthly payment of the loan. Cost of property is 543,000 ringgit. The down payment is 60,000 ringgit, which is the value of S. To find the balance, 543,000 ringgit must be deducted with 60,000 ringgit equals to 483,000, which is the value of A. K equals to 0.038, and then M equal to 12, T equal to 30, N equal to 12 multiplied by 30, which is equal to 360. I is 0.038 over 12 equals to 19 over 6,000. So the formula is A equals to R 1 minus 1 plus I power of negative n over I. 483,000 ringgit equals to R 1 minus 1 plus 19 over 6,000 power of negative 360 over 19 over 6,000. So the value of R is 2,250 ringgit 57 cents. Question C is about how to calculate the total amount of interest that he paid to the bank. The formula is I equals to NR minus A. I equals to 360 in bracket 2,250 and 50 ringgit and 57 cents deducted with 483,000 equals to, which is equals to 327,205 ringgit 20 cents.
The area is sick because he failed to pay for 6 months. Using the S formula, R in the bracket 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 over I. So S equal to Rm 2,250.57 in the bracket 1 plus 19 over 600 to the power of 6 minus 1 over 19 over 6,000. So the answer is Rm 30,610.77.
Question E. Immediately after paying for 25 years, he wanted to settle the loan in full amount. How much was the amount paid? Using the A formula, A equal to R in the bracket 1 minus in the bracket 1 plus I to the power of n over I. T equal to 30 because it has compounded monthly for 30 years. So the n is 360. He already paid for 25 years, so the n is 12 times 25 equal to 300. The unpaid is 3 equal to 5. So the n is 12 times 5 equal to 60. A 60 equal to Rm 2,250.55 in the bracket 1 minus 1 plus 19 over 6,000 to the power of negative 60 over 19 over 6,000. A is 60 equal to Rm 12,000 2,804.78.
The question is the amount that she allocates for the investment. A, RM, don't forget the RM. RM 62,000 times 65%. amount RM40300. So this is the final answer. So now question B is total amount that she will receive at the end of 10 years. In this case, we need to use formula S equivalent to P1 plus I power of N. S, P is 40300, 1 plus I. The power of N here is 36. So S 496x6.90. This one is the final answer for the first 6 years. Now let's move to the next 4 years. We use the same formula as equivalent P1 plus I power of N. So now this one is the final answer. We use in S2. This one is S1. 496x6.90 plus 1 plus 0.011 power of 60. So S2, the final answer is 59191.64. This one is for bank A. Now we move to bank B. We use the same formula, which is S equivalent to P1 plus I power of N. S 40300, 1 plus 0.01 power of 24. So we can get answer, which is 51170.31. This one is for 6 years. Now for S2, we use the same formula too. P1 plus I, the power of N. S2 equivalent to this one. We need to use this one as S2. 51170.31, 0.019, the power of A. So the final answer is 59485.56. This one is for next 4 years. Moving on to C, the total amount of interest that she will earn for each option. So we are going to solve this question by calculating for bank A and also bank B. In this question, we will use the formula I equals to S minus P. So I equals to S, which is 5919164 minus with 40300. I is equal to RM 18891.64. Also for the bank B, you are going to repeat the same step. I equals to 59485.56 minus 40300. I is equals to RM 19185.56. So for question B, which bank should Sophia choose for her investment, and give a reason? Since we have calculated question C, we can see that bank B offers a higher amount of interest, which is 19185.56 compared to bank A, which only offers RM 18891.64. So for question B, we will answer this. Bank B. This is because bank B offers a higher amount of interest for her investment.
From what we know, Firdaus is earning 4,000 per month, and he decided to invest 20% of his salary. And is getting percent of 4% compounded with monthly return. He invests 4,000. If his salary is 4,000, then he decided to invest 30% of it. That means 4,000 times 20 over 100. 800 ringgit, which is the R. And next, we know that Firdaus wished to purchase a 555,000 property, and he with a down payment of 45,000. That means with the value of 555,000, that will amount to 510,000. After that, the question asks, how long does it take for this investment to grow? For that, we will use formula S equals R. Formula looks like this: 45,000 equals our R 800 bracket off. Plus our I, which is 1 over 300, the value of n, minus 1 over another value of I, 300. And we'll calculate the next one. 1,0,0,3,3. Fn over here. And now it is where we implement the log. How we calculate n for n is n equals mt. Now that we have n, we will calculate the t. For unknown value, we will change it to over here. We will t 4.35. Question B. Calculate Firdaus' monthly payment for the loan. For the monthly payment of the loan, we will use formula A. We will be looking for R as below. For value A, we will use this formula. We calculate for value I. For value I, as we know, the formula is I equals to K over A. The value K we will get from here. The 3.9 we will substitute it into the formula, and for the m, it is said here compounded monthly. For value n is n equals m times t. We substitute the value from here into the formula. 510,000 equals R in a bracket 1. Now the bracket 1 plus 30 over 400. Question C is calculate the total amount of interest that he paid to the bank. For question C, we will use the formula I equals NR minus A. I equals 360 times 2,405.51 cents minus 510,000. The outcome will be 356,080
Okay, question D. N is equal to 5. N plus 1. 1 is the payment will be on the 6th month. Okay. So 2,405 ringgit 51 cent is the value of R. Is the value of R. The value of R is we take it from the answer question B. The answer from this is 14,550 ringgit 84 cent. Question E. He had to pay for
26 year. So we minus the 30 years with 26. To set the balance of the year, he have not paid yet. Then 30 minus 26 is equal to 4. Then we multiply 4. Then we multiply 4 with 12. Since he paid in monthly, 4 multiplied 12 is equal to 48. We use formula R times 1 minus 1 plus I power of negative n divided by I. Then the answer for this is 106,748.66 ringgit.
In compounding, we calculate the interest periodically over the borrowing money and add it to the principal. This adjusted principal, the old principal plus interest, then becomes the principal for the next calculation of interest. For the formula, we will be using S equal P1 plus I, the power of n. The S is defined as future value or maturity value. The P is principal, the I is periodic interest rate, and the power of n is total number of interest period. Question 1. Anis recently received her employee provident fund after selecting a pension scheme. With total savings of 66,000, she plans to invest 52% of that amount in an investment scheme for a duration of 10 years. She has two options to consider. Determine the amount she allocates for the investment. 66,000 multiplies by 52%, and then we'll get 34,320 ringgit. The solution for option 1 is we need to find the S1 first, which is the first 6 years. Then we use the method I equal to K over M, which is 6% divided by 12, which is the frequency of conversion, and then we put it together in the formula. And then we need to find the value of the principal, which is 66,000 multiplied by 52%. And then for the first 6 years, we'll get 49,147 ringgit and 76 cent. And then we use the same method for the next 4 years, and then we'll get the total amount of the option 1 is 59,930 ringgit and 34 cent. The solution for option 2 will be using the same method. Then we put together in the formula, and for the first 6 years we'll get 44,040 ringgit and 90 cent. And for the total 10 years we'll get 53,752 ringgit and 3 cent.
For question 1C, the total amount of interest that she will earn for each option. Option 1. For this question, we can use the formula which is I equal to S minus P. So, we can directly find the total amount of interest with deducting 59,930 and 34 cent to 34,320. And the answer should be RM 25,610 and 34 cent. And for the second option, we just put the same formula also, which is I equal to S minus P. So the I equal to 53,725 and 3 cent minus 34,320, and the answer should be in RM 19,410 and 3 cent. 1D. Which bank should Anis choose for her investment? Give a reason. For this question, Anis needs to choose the bank with the highest interest because she is making an investment. We can just say that Anis should choose option 1 because option 1 have a higher interest than option 2 have.
Okay, so I will explain about my part for question 2a. I found that my M is equal to 12, my R is 50% times 4,400 equal to 660. And my I is 41 over 12,000 and my K is 0.041. My N is 12 in bracket T. So we are using formula S. My S is 52,000 equal to 660, open bracket, in bracket 1 plus 41 over 12,000 close bracket, power of 12 in bracket T minus 1 over 41 over 12,000 close bracket, and then my answer is 5.82 years. Okay, so for question 2b is 510,000 minus 52,000 equal to 45,800, and then my K is 0.04, my M is 12, and then my T is 30, and then my I is 1 over 300, and my N is 12 in bracket 30 equal to 360. So my S is 45,800 equal to R, open bracket, in bracket 1 plus 1 over 300 close bracket, power of 360 minus 1 over 1 per 300 close bracket. So the answer is 659.90 cents.
My question is to see. Formula that I use is I equal to S minus NR, which is 45800 minus 12, open bracket, 60 close bracket. The answer is RM37880. The next question is 2D. S equal to 659.40, open bracket and open bracket again, 1 plus 1 per 300, close bracket, power of 5 minus 1 per 1 per 300 and close the bracket. The answer is 3321.57. And for the extra charges or penalty, I use formula R multiply N. R is 659.40 and multiply N, which is 5. The answer is 3297. The next step is 3321.57 minus 3297. The answer is RM34.57 ringgit. And for the last question is 2E. I use the formula A equal to R, open bracket 1 minus open bracket 1 plus I, close bracket, negative power of N per I, close the bracket. I equal to R, which is 659.40, open bracket 1 minus open bracket 1 plus I, which is 1 per 300, close the bracket, minus power of N, which is 20 per 1 per 300, close the bracket. So the answer is 12737.49.
Let's look at the first question, question A. The amount that she allocates for the investment, which basically means the amount up here, the 60%. She plans to invest 60% of that amount, referring to this amount right here, which is 46,000. So basically, she plans to invest 60% of 46,000. Okay, just write this down, 60% over 100 times 46,000. Go ahead and press that on the calculator and you'll get yourself RM27600, and that would be the final answer for question A.
So hello guys, I am Ingkas and today I'm going to explain to you about question 1B and 2C. Okay, so the first question, the question asks the total amount that she will receive at the end of 10 years for each option. So this is what we need to find. And for bank A, we use this formula S1 equals to P1 plus I N. So S1 is P is 27,600, 1 plus I, this is I, 7 per 600, and N, we got N 6, multiply 3, which is 18. So how we can 3400815. And for the second, use the same formula. So our P will be changed to this, which is 34,000 at ringgit 15 cent, 1 plus, and the I is 7 over 3,048. So the answer Rm 38,033 ringgit 59 cents. So for bank B, we use the same formula like what we use at bank A. So S1B is 27,600, 1 plus the I is 0.01, and is 24. So this is what we get, 0.6 at the 6 year. And for the second part, which is the next 4 year, use the same formula. The P we change to 35,044 ringgit 68 cents. 1 plus I. The I is 0.03 and the N is 8. So this is the answer, 44,393.55 cents.
Okay, let's look at question C. The total amount of interest that she will earn for each option. Now, what is the formula for interest? Interest is basically I equals to S minus P. That is the general formula for interest. Now, the question asks the total amount of interest that she will earn for each option, meaning option 1, bank A, and option 2, bank B. Okay, let's go ahead and do bank A first. Bank A, put the formula I equals to S minus P. Okay, so S is the value that you found in question B, which is 38033.59 minus P. P is the value you found in question A, the amount that she allocates for the investment scheme. So 27600. Press your calculator and you would get RM10433.59. That is the amount of interest for bank A. Now let's do bank B. Bank B. Same formula, I equals to S minus P. S, you found it at the first question B. 4393.55 minus P, 27600. Go ahead and press your calculator and you would get 16793.55, and that is the final value for bank B. Let's look at question D, which is the last question. Which bank should Helena choose for investment? Give a reason. Okay, now let's look at question C. Compare the two values that we found. Compare this one and this one. Bank A, the interest is 10,433.59 cents, while bank B is 16,793.55 cents. So which one should Helena choose? Compare the two values. B obviously offers a higher interest rate. So for question D, obviously Helena should choose bank B. Give a reason why she has to choose bank B. That is because bank B offers higher interest. Okay, so that is all for question 1.
Okay, so guys, the question is done, and today I'm going to explain to you guys about question 2 and question 3.
For question 2a, we use formula S equal to R. Then we add all the numbers. Then 350, we move it to in front and it become divided. We calculate the first equation. Then negative 1, we move it to in front. And it becomes 0.414294 plus 1. Then we calculate it and becomes 1.414294 equal to 1.0029 power of n. To calculate this part, we move n to in front and become log 1.414294 equal to n log 1.0029. How we calculate this? Log 1.0029, we move it to in front and become n equal to log 1.414294 divided by log 1.0029. We calculate it. Be careful when type the number. Then we got 119.37. The question want the answer in years, so we use formula n equal to empty. Because we have to change the answer in year. So we have to search for t, then we calculate it 119.37 divided by 12. And then we got 9.95 years or 10 years. So before we calculate the amount of monthly payment, we have to search for balance. So it's become cost of property minus down payment. Then we calculate it and we got 400,000. So it is called loan from bank or value A. Next step, we calculate the monthly payment and we use formula A equal to R. Then we move the numbers in. So because of we have to search for amounts of R, then we use solve function method. Just type everything in. Then we got 2026 ringgit 74 cent. That's the final answer for the question.
For question C, the question asks about the amount of interest that he will pay to the bank. So the formula that we use is I, which means interest, equals to NR minus A. So N is 360 multiplied by 674 minus 400,000. So how we calculate it is, so the answer is 329.6640 cents. So this is the total amount of interest that he will pay to the bank.
For question 2D,
The question asks for how much should he pay on the next payment to settle the outstanding areas. The areas here is 6, and from this we're going to find the new term of investment, which is n equals to 7. So that is our new term of investment. For this question, we'll be using the future value formula, which is this equation, S equals to R 1 plus I power of n minus 1 over I. Then we're just gonna substitute the values into the equation. So we're finding S here. So for R, we're gonna substitute the values that we got from question B, which is the monthly payment, which is 2,026 ringgit and 74 cents, and we're just gonna add the rest of the other values into the equation. N is 7 minus, over 3 over 800. And then press the calculator and you will get RM 14,347 ringgit and 79 cents. So that is the final answer, and that is the amount that he should pay on the next payment to settle the outstanding areas. So for question 2E, the question is, Kelvin wanted to settle the loan in full amount. How much was the amount paid? This question wants to know how much Kelvin needs to pay for the rest of the 5 years in full amount. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the new term of investment, which is N equals to 30 minus 25 times 12. 25 means the years, all the years that he already paid the loan, which this will equals to 60. And for this question, we're going to use the formula A equals to R 1 minus 1 plus I power of negative n divided by I. So we're looking for A, so we're just gonna substitute the amount of R, which is 2,026 ringgit and 74 cents. And for the rest of the equation, you're just gonna substitute the values that we have from the previous questions. So 1 minus 1 brackets plus 3 over 800 and negative 60 over 3 over 800, close the brackets. And for the final answer, you're gonna get A equals to 108,713 ringgit and 8 cents. So that's your final answer.